What's up, guys? It's your boy Zawoki back out with another Zawoki video. But today we're going to take a look at the top 40 games, in my opinion, that brought me into the gaming community, that brought me as a video game or type nerd. Pretty much the best time that I enjoyed games, of pretty much the peak time that games existed. With that being said, we're going to take a look at all this right now. Please let me know your guys' favorite games and opinions, please, in the comments. I would surely like to read them. But before we go any further, if you guys could do me a solid favor and subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting that white bar icon down at the bottom right, hit that bell icon next to it, so when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that I've posted that video, and then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, thank you guys so very much. Hopefully we will hit that 100K goal one day, but I need your guys' help. And with that being said, let's get in today's video. And again, I want to stress this very much to you guys. This is not why I think that you might like, or you in the back might like. This is my opinion of what I think the top 40 games that made me who I am today as a gamer and nerd. But this is pretty much the peak time where I enjoyed games the most. I know with me getting a little bit older, I'm 36 years old, I don't play as much games as I used to, where I would play back in high school, college days, and beginning of army days. I would play for, we're talking 10, 12 plus hours, if not more. And now I play maybe 1 to 3 hours every other night, just because with YouTube and all that stuff, it can get very stressful and very tiring, and sometimes you just want to go to bed instead of play video games. But I still play video games. I'll probably play video games until I am 80, 90 years old, if I make it that far. And I just enjoy games and wanted to share it with you guys and hear what you guys enjoy as well. So let's take a look. All right, so we're going to start off with a whole bunch of different genres, different systems, different type of gaming styles and so forth like that. So just know that if I say like Spider-Man, this was on GameCube, PlayStation, Xbox, just know that it's just the game that we're looking at. I mean, honestly too, it's the systems, but I'm going to be making a different video about that one. What was the best system growing up? So we're going to look at that later on. But Spider-Man, the original with Tobey Maguire's game was fantastic. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I didn't even care about the graphics. Like, I cared about the gameplay. Super enjoyable. The next one was Metroid Prime. Now, I still have my original GameCube. Now, the GameCube is probably the console that I played the most until Xbox obviously came out and so forth. But I played a lot of Sega Genesis. I played a lot of Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo. But I think the biggest one that I played back in the day, in my peak gaming time, or I think when gaming was at peak, was Metroid Prime and GameCube and so forth like that. So another one, Marvel's Superheroes, the hours that I put into this game, the DLC, when this was one of the first Xbox 360's game that came out with the console. And honestly, I play it still to this day on my Xbox Series X. I'll play it occasionally. I love that Xbox has the backwards compatibility. But this was one of those games that you could play for hours and probably not get bored. You could fly around the town, web sling, run, anything you name it, pretty much you could do in this game. You could fly up to the Hellcarrier, you could fly down, go to Avengers Tower. It was fantastic. And again, for any of these games that you have never heard of or seen, play them, try them out. I guarantee you will not be sorry. And if you have played them, agree with me. Put in the comments, why did you enjoy it? That's what the comments are for. And then hit the like button, obviously, because we are gamers and we love to game together. And another reason why I think these games were so good and well done and just very nostalgic and gave me hours of enjoyment is I feel that, one, multiplayer was not included in some of these, and two, streamers were not around. I feel that those two things right now have destroyed the gaming community to the point where nowadays you need to buy or get the best meta. You need to be the best, and you need to do tournaments. It's like, when did it go away when games were fun? I pretty much at this time now play for fun. I don't play to see how many wins I can get. I mean, yeah, winning's fun, but the fun and enjoyment with my children or myself playing these games is very much more important these days now. And like I said before, streaming and what was the other one? Streaming and multiplayer, I feel, have lost our way in the gaming community. Yes, there are single player games that are still out there, but I feel that we could use more, if that makes sense. The next one was Need for Speed Underground. Now, the first 4 Need for Speeds, Need for Speed 1, 2, Most Wanted, and Carbon were probably the peak time that Need for Speed was. I've played Pro Street, Hot Pursuit, the other Need for Speed, the remastered, Unbound, the Heat. I just didn't get into them like I did these 4. Need for Speed Underground, oh, fantastic. The customization, the cars, magnifique. And then we get into the other ones, which I'll show you here in a second. But another one was Resident Evil 4. This was so much fun. The hours of enjoyment. I played on GameCube. I played on PlayStation. It was so much fun to go around getting the zombies and then putting things together and herbs and healing yourself and finding things around the map. And the story was great in itself. And again, if you disagree with me, please let me know. Be like, Zawoki, Resident Evil 4 sucked. What are you talking about? But keep it positive. You can give a review and have it be negative, but be positive about that negative. That makes sense. The next one was Tony Hawk Underground. Now, I tried to be a skater. I couldn't do it. I fell all the time. I tried again. My thing was rollerblades and bikes. I couldn't do the skateboard. I don't know if it's because I couldn't attach myself to the board, but I just didn't enjoy it. So I played Tony Hawk Underground instead. This game was fantastic. And the other ones that I think was like Tony Hawk's Underground 2 and 3, they were fun. You just pretty much went through the maps and so forth like that. If you died or if you smacked yourself, you got back up, you did it again, or you restarted, and it was fun. That's one of those, you probably never would have guessed it, but I enjoyed Tony Hawk Underground skateboarding games. Halo 3, where do I begin? One of the games that probably took most of my life away because I've played, we're talking weeks, if not months on this game. Halo 3 was one of the first games that I played where I didn't have a social life. I lived, breathed, and everything of this game. I maxed out the achievements on this game. I'm just gonna say that right now. I had no life with this game. I would skip college classes to play this game. That's how I am. So I guarantee if you are a hardcore gamer, you've played this once in your lifetime, and I wouldn't take it back. I enjoyed every minute of it, and Halo 3 was definitely very dear to my heart. Zoids Battle Legends. Now, this game was ahead of its time. Now, I feel that the graphics were like so much advanced. I wish they would do a remastered and put this on Xbox or PlayStation or heck PC. Max setting at 4K and 120 FPS, seeing these Zoids on the battlefield. Oh, if you guys have not watched Zoids or played this game, I highly suggest you do so because this game was so much fun. I felt like I was in the actual Zoid itself, and it was fantastic. And they haven't made a good Zoids games. Well, I'll take that back. We'll look at a different one, but this one was fantastic because the movement and so forth like that. Another one was Army of Two. You felt like a bad ASS. You thought you could take over anything in this game. I believe it was only on Xbox. I could be wrong, but at the time. But this game was fantastic. I still have it up there to this day. I kept all of my games because I knew that they were going to be nostalgic. I mean, heck, I still have my Halo 2 in the Steelbook, and it's starting to rust a little bit because that's how old I have, or how long I've had it. So, but again, this was a fantastic game. Another one was Transformers Rise of Cybertron, or Fall of Cybertron and the War for Cybertron. You felt like you were Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Starscream, Megatron. It just, the way that the comic book and the way that the Transformers were, and you could beat the vehicle and then transform and take off, and it was fantastic. So War of Cybertron was fantastic. There's a Fall of Cybertron, which we'll see in here as well. Just, again, chef's kiss. Now, we're going to go back here and there to like very nostalgic days. Now, you probably have never played this game. Clay Fighter on Sega Genesis was probably one of the first like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Taken games that I've played, and it was actually fun. The different clays or characters that you were able to play in this game, it just was a very nostalgic way to grow up, and I loved every minute of this game. No, that's Yu-Gi-Oh! We're not going to be looking at that, but Assassin's Creed. Now, I played the first one. I've played all the other ones up to Black Flag. I didn't like the other ones where it was Vikings and the other one in the Egyptian times. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I need to play them. I don't know. They didn't like strike Assassin's Creed to me like Ezio Auditore or Altair or Connor from the third one. It's just, I don't know. Ezio Auditore was my favorite Assassin's Creed character. I have statues of him, posters of him, Funkos of him. I don't know what it was, but this game itself, I think Assassin's Creed 2 was the best out of all of them. Am I wrong or am I right? The game was fantastic. The story was, it's historically accurate when it comes to the landscape and the stories and so forth like that. Not necessarily Assassin's Creed Ezio Auditore, but I loved every minute of it. Another one was Halo Reach. I don't know why it's so tiny. This game took a lot of my time. Like I said, for Halo 3, then it was ODST, then it was Reach, and just the amount of hours, days, weeks, and months, maybe possibly years, that I put into this game and the Halo franchise was, again, fresh kiss. I would not take any of my time away from playing this game, including the story, just all of the characters and so forth, and seeing them unfortunately pass on. I'm not going to say spoiler warning because you've had time to play it. The game came out in like, what, 2009? Something like that. It's been a while. Again, favorite game. Another game that not a lot of people know, but I loved so much. I actually played this like a week ago on my big screen TV, my 70-inch. I plugged it all in because it still has the AV cables that I could connect. I don't have the AV HDMI connector quite yet. I want to get that so I can plug it into some other TVs that I have around the house that might look a little bit better. Who knows? But this game was fantastic. You could control different squadrons, tanks, helicopters, troops of all different types, rocket launchers, and so forth like that. And if you wanted to be one of those different units that you had, you could individually swoop down and be one of those characters, one of the infantrymen, one of the tanks, the helicopters, and then you had to blow up each area to kind of like progress and move into different areas on the map, and it was so much fun. And I wish they would remaster this one, just because the hours of enjoyment. I probably put a good amount. I probably put a couple months into this game. And when I say that, I'm talking about, straight months where you play, it's accumulative. So you play 10 hours this day, 10 hours that day, 10 hours this day, 14 hours this day. And you put all that together and it makes into a month straight of what I've played. And I think I probably played a couple months of this game. Again, I played it a week ago, and just the nostalgic, fun smiles that I have. If a game makes you smile and makes you feel like how your kids are nowadays, like my 12-year-old, that's a game. That's all I have to say. Another one on Sega Genesis was Desert Strike and Jungle Strike. This game was on Sega Genesis, and I maxed the crap out of this game. I played everything. We didn't have achievements like back in the day that I can remember. Sega Genesis didn't have achievements. I'm gonna have to pull out my Sega Genesis just to remember. But this game, I maxed out everything. I upgraded the helicopter, found the president, and all that stuff. It just was so much fun to play. You had to be good because I don't remember it having different skill levels. Like, it was either you played it on hard or you didn't play it at all. And it just, again, overall was fun. Another one, this one probably has years under my belt of playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I probably played it more than I should have. I've maxed prestige this one. I beat all the achievements. A lot of raging, but a lot of fun. This was the one Call of Duty that probably put Call of Duty on the map for success in certain aspects. I shouldn't say that to too many people because they're of multi-transactions and so forth that they do now. But again, super fun game. Call of Duty Black Ops, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, max prestige in both of them. It just, the way that the graphics was and the way the movement was, it was simple. It had simplicity to it. Not all these different, I have 17 different attachments just for a suppressor. And it's just like, it's getting too much into like the drop rate and the reticle. And I think that's too much to do in a game. I want to play it to have fun. And these both were simplicity. They had the enjoyment because they didn't have so much of different tech and perks and secondary attachment. It was simple. I loved it. Now, going back to Call of Duty days when it first came out on GameCube and Xbox Original and PlayStation 2, Big Red 1 and the one before it was just the finest hour. These story modes were fantastic. You could only play necessarily like co-op or split screen. So you had to play at your friend's house with different TVs, or you played on the same TV where you had the line in the middle, or you had different quadrants where you had one right here, you had one right there, one down the bottom, and one over here, and you got yelled at for screen peeking and knowing where they were. It just was so much fun. There was times we had LAN parties and played these games, the Call of Duty, Medal of Honor, Battalion Wars, I think, or I can't remember which Medal of Honor it was, but it was so much fun. So, finest hour, again, another great one. I played these games for the campaign. The campaign was beautifully done. Loved it, enjoyed it, and I still have it in my collection down here of games that I've had. So, Conker's Live and Reloaded. Now, I played the original, which is in this list, but Conker's Live and Reloaded was fun, but it didn't have the same nostalgic of myself growing up with the Nintendo 64 version. Now, this was fun, but I feel that the servers were turned off too soon. Like, this could have gone into Xbox 360 and Xbox Now, or the Xbox Series X that we have, and I just feel that I wish it would make a return. I think it would be really fun if somebody made it for nostalgic purposes, or like a revamp or something like that. But again, Conker's Bad Fur Day, such a great game. Gunstar Heroes was one that I played at the end of my Sega Genesis life. It was very fun, a little bit difficult at times, but it was enjoyable. If you have not played this game, I would highly suggest you try it on Sega and see what you think, but it was actually pretty fun. Half-Life, I've played multiple times of this game. I played the demo religiously. This is another story mode game that I played multiple times to achievement hunt, and I maxed it out because it was that much fun. The face huggers, the aliens, the different characters that were in this game, again, were fantastic, and so forth. So the next one we're going to take a look at is Halo Combat Evolve, the original Halo. If I'm not even going to go into it because they made a Master Chief collection of all these games because of how fun they were. My son, I've introduced to this game. He loves it. You can't go wrong by Halo. Halo ODST, you don't feel like a Spartan, but you're in the shadows. You drop from these drop pods, and the countless waves that you could play and firefight. Another chef's kiss. Halo 2, another great game. This was probably the next one down because I played Halo 3 first, which was kind of ironic. And then I was like, you know what? I got to play the other ones. So then I played Halo 2. Then I played Halo Combat Evolve. The reason why I didn't play them in order is because my parents didn't like video games. So until I actually left my, because when I was growing up, I only had a GameCube and a Sega Genesis and a Nintendo. And then when I got out of my own, I bought my own Xbox, my own PlayStation, and I ended up playing it, going back out of order. So, but again, Halo 2, super fun. Halo or Super Mario 64, you know. People do speed runs of this game, trying to beat it as fast as possible and just finding the secret little hidey holes and different worlds and so forth. And Super Mario 64, again, chef's kiss. Kirby Air Ride, this one was actually introduced to me by a friend in high school. I was like, I'm not playing this crap, and I played it. I enjoyed so much of it. I probably played a good couple weeks of this game. Just a game that, excuse me, was very nostalgic. Growing up, I played this on a projector at my school. When my teachers allowed us to play it after hours, he said, come in and play it, whatever. So we played this. Need for Speed, Super Smash Brothers. Super fun. Left 4 Dead. Love this game. Scared of this game. It had a whole bunch of, the witch and the zombies and so forth. I've had nightmares because of that witch. She goes, you get close to her, and then she scratches your eyes out. I didn't like the second one of this game as much as I liked the first one, but Left 4 Dead definitely holds a gamer part in my heart. The original Conker's Bad Fur Day, I've literally spent years playing this game. I've played the campaign multiple times, enjoy it every single time. I played the campaign on an emulator on PC just to play on keyboard, which it was different, but I loved it because it was this nostalgic, the story and all that, and all the above, and you can't go wrong by Conker's Bad Fur Day. I do want to let you guys know, if you're wanting your kids to play it, I highly suggest you don't until they're a little older, because this one's mature audiences only. The video, the audio, it's not for kids under 18, to be honest, but another great game. Need for Speed 2 Underground 2. Oh my gosh, the customization in this game was absolutely gorgeous. I loved the drag racing in this game. Just overall, the countless times we tried to build so many different cars and race each other, and oh, it's so much fun. And the storyline was fantastic too. Oh, I just look at this poster, I'm just like, oh, such a great time in life. Another one, which a lot of people have not played, was Spider-Man Friend or Foe. The weird thing was is different on other consoles. So when you played it on like this console or that console, it was different, which was so weird. I played it on Xbox, or was it PlayStation 2? I can't remember, but it was such a fun game. And then when you unlocked characters, it was even more fun. And I do believe, I think it was 4 characters that you could have. You could have 1, 2, 3, 4, and you kind of were viewed at a different angle than normal. And you walk through these different maps, and you were able to take out the villains and so forth. And it was just another great game. I could probably play this one and return the memories I have. So Mario Kart 64, can't go wrong. Hitting people with the shells or the banana peel, and then people would get so mad because you took them out. The friends that I played this game growing up, I was always Toad. Toad was my favorite. I always thought he was better because he was lighter, but that's not the case. Again, another great game. Need for Speed Carbon. I loved the drifting in this game. This is probably came out the same time that Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift came out. So of course we're trying to make our cars look like the ones from the movies, and we're trying to be the DK, the Drift King. And I back in my day, I have some high numbers for drifting. We're talking billions that I was able to achieve just playing this game religiously over and over and over. And my best car was the Dodge Viper. I don't know what it was, but that car gave me so much XP in beating my friends. It was fantastic. Another great game to hold dear to my heart. Prototype. Oh, one of the most single player games that I enjoyed so much. 1 and 2 were fantastic. I'm not going to tell you about it. I want you to play it. This game was beyond chef's kiss. I thought it was better than some of the Spider-Man games. You were able to wield different abilities and weaponry, and such a great game. Loved it. Prototype 1 and 2 with Alex Mercer and the other guy. I can't remember him offhand. But again, amazing. Again, Prototype 2 right there. Fantastic games. You need to play them. Zoid's Legacy on Game Boy Advance. As much as you probably don't think this was very good, it was astonishingly amazing. I love this game. I've played it multiple times. It's actually pretty expensive if you try to buy it again. If you want a great game to play on Game Boy Advance, like some emulators on PC, this game was so much fun. Sonic 2, beat it, played it, moved on to the Sonic 3, but I don't know what it was about this game. It was so much fun, and the hours that I think from start to finish, it took me like 2 to 3 hours, maybe if not 4. But again, this was so much fun as a game. Super Smash Brothers Melee. Oh, I don't like the ones on the Switch. I don't like the ones on the Wii U. It was Game Boy, or it was Nintendo 64, Nintendo GameCube. Both were the best Super Smash Brothers that I could ever want. They have different versions of them now. There's like a Warner Brothers kind of version, which I've played. It's definitely fun, but it's not like this fun. If you grew up playing this game, you know. And I will never regret playing this game. Super Mario Sunshine. I don't know what it was about this game, but going around and trying to wash off with the jetpack and the squirter and the rocket and whatever have you, and trying to get all the ink gone from that ink bad character. So much fun. I don't know what it was about this game, but I came home and was like, Mom, hold my calls. I'm playing this game. This game was so much fun. Another one, like I said before, Transformers Fall of Cybertron. Like I said before, Chef's Kiss. The way that the movement was and the playability and the story. Oh, fantastic. Web of Shadows. Now, this one was weird. So, playing this on Xbox was an open world. But playing on PlayStation was a completely different way to play it. I didn't like it. You were a sideways comparison of playing it than an open world. So I was like, screw that. I went back and played it on Xbox. But the story was so good. It was all about these different Venomized characters. Venomized, I think it was Black Cat and Dr. Octavius and Wolverine. And oh my gosh, the hours of enjoyment that I played in Web of Shadows. Another great game. Now, I think that's all the games that I had in here. If you guys have any more, let me know down in the comments. I surely like to know what your favorite one was. And again, that's not even the top games. Like, there's more games that I could put in here. I just wanted to do the top 40 for you guys. And I don't even think I got to all of them. But again, comments down below. Subscribe for more. hit the bell icon. We'll see you guys in the next video. Keep it real, keep it safe, and as always, keep nerding on. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.